Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity and today I'm reviewing Trinity Fusion on the Series X. This has been developed and published by Angry Mobber Games. So what is Trinity Fusion? Trinity Fusion is a 2.5D rogue-lite metroidvania where the only way to save the multiverse is to end it. The premise is you take control of your parallel selves on a mission to save a dying multiverse. Fight through a combination of procedurally generated levels as well as handcrafted challenges and arenas that will put your skills to the test. The game boasts a rogue-lite journey, 3 universes and characters to explore, and high-intensity combat with an arsenal of special weapons and abilities. First up is accessibility. With regards to accessibility, there is controller mapping and aim assist. Smart Dash is also added, however there are no subtitle options or sound options. This would mean that those with audio or visual issues would struggle until a patch adds in some other options. Next is gameplay. This particular title has been on my radar since April when I first played the demo at WASD. Completing said demo convinced me, someone who has struggled with rogue-lite metroidvanias before, that this was something special. The biggest draw to the game is the 3 distinct protagonists on offer once you have unlocked them. But that's not all. You see, if you gain enough resource and have unlocked a different character, you can also fuse with your alternate self for something truly special. You start off in a random universe with its corresponding character, in a relative weak state with basic weaponry and no perks. From here, it's up to you to slash, slide, dash and jump your way through the level to a portal to the next zone. Because of your weak nature, exploration is key in order to build up experience and find better loot to equip. Now, you would think with procedurally generated levels, loot placement and occurrence would be an issue, but thankfully I can say there is plenty to get hold of to increase your base damage and to ensure an easier task of getting through the levels. Be it from dropping from enemies or finding hidden chests, there is plenty and always allows you to progress regardless of location. Loot consists of weapons, damage amplifiers and special abilities, with each element specifically targeting a particular part of your character's build. You are not forced to take any loot and can compare on the go before swapping out what abilities and weapons you want. This also feeds into the cursed chests, which are a nice unique feature that provide a catch-22 sort of damage amplifier. These themselves provide you with items with even higher stat increases, but with an equally damaging counter stat. You cannot decide if the loot is worth taking, so there is a risk involved. For example, one item I found gave me a 42% critical hit increase, but a 10% base damage drop. As with any rogue-lite, you will lose your current weapons and any damage amplifiers upon death, but will keep the permanent perks regardless. Permanent perk upgrades improve your stats and increase your chance of success across all of your runs. They boost anything from your max health, regen capabilities to new skills. These ensure that regardless of the grind to get enough resource to purchase them, progression in some format is always guaranteed. Combat here is superb, with smooth, stylish attacks depending on the weapon or ability you wish to use and the character you have chosen. Dashing between enemies before counter-attacking feels smooth and engaging, that becomes second nature the more you progress. You'll soon be pushing through the levels at breakneck speed should you wish, before coming upon a boss. Boss encounters are quite tough and will require you to manage your attacks carefully, as dependent on their health status, they will switch pattern attacks to ensure that nothing feels stale. Once a boss has been defeated, you align a lens that allows you to enter an alternative reality and get its corresponding character, before being transported back to the hub world. The hub world is where you will meet Maya, whom is your psychic contact and fourth character of the game. She is the one that brings you back from the dead and allows you to fuse with each other, creating a new combined individual. Within the hub world, you will meet other characters, which will provide you with story progression, character choice, and permanent character upgrades. You can also choose to enter a different reality from here, should you need to grind out some enemies to upgrade yourself before progressing the story. The three characters available in this game are Kara, Nara, and Altara, and are technically the same person, but from alternative realities, with each having their own unique style of combat. Nara is from a cybernetic reality and has the ability to wall jump and double jump. Kara is from a robot reality and has only melee weapons, but they are with increased damage. Altara is from a heavily organic reality and has more defensive abilities like barriers and projectile attacks. Now, there is one issue. You cannot use a different character in a different reality. So, to keep things fresh, Trinity Fusion has come up with a workaround in which each reality has a device that, if you can find it, will allow you to fuse characters instead. You can choose from two other beings you are not using to merge the powers and abilities from the character that you are, to create a unique being with access to more weapons and the special abilities of both. This vastly switches up gameplay and allows for even more exploration within the reality that you're playing that you may not have access for with their corresponding character. The enjoyment of this game has endeared me to roguelike metroidvanias, something which few of the titles of the genre can say. The freshness of alternative realities and their protagonists, the ability to fuse them in a way you see fit, and the smoothness of combat kept me coming back again and again. Next is graphics. The game isn't your standard 2D platformer style, as the designers have decided to use 3D models throughout the whole game, allowing for errors to be more like 2.5D. This depth to the game does make it more distinct and visually allows for more cues when enemies attack. Being procedurally generated, it also gives the game some more uniqueness with every run, as there seems to be enough tiles to create visually cohesive levels with each new start. Combine this with the very three different realities and visually you won't be bored regardless of your run's length. Enemy design is superb with enough differing variants regardless of the reality in question to keep you going back for more. Bosses are of course the most stunning and visually unique and are suitably tailored to the reality they are from. Frame rate was solid and at no point did I see any tearing or slowdown. And finally, sound. Trinity Fusion has voice acting and the voice actors do a good job selling their respective characters and personalities well. What is a little off-putting though is that at no part do the character models move when the voice work is being said, breaking the immersion a little.
The viewer never consented to your short-sighted designs for the multiverse. We are superior beings, and we must save ourselves.
The music is slightly orchestral and is fitting to each different reality, and for me at least never felt out of place. But it's the sound effects that are the highlight of the game, with a variety of weapons and gadgets all coming in meaty and robust when hitting a foe. Combine this with the environmental sounds also and you get a nice collection of sounds that sell their respective realities and the enemies within. My recommendation here is a good quality headset to ensure that those orchestral tones smooth over the brutal combat going about. And this leads me to the rating of the game. Now I rate games in order of avoid, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for Trinity Fusion is a must own. The game was superb to play and helped me understand the joy of rogue-lite metroidvanias pulled towards its fanbase. Smooth, engaging combat, interesting loot, and addictive mechanics have held me like no other before it. The game is currently priced on Xbox at £16.74, or approximately $22, and depending on skill and patience would give you about 30 plus hours worth of gameplay. Due to procedural generating levels and loot fusing your protagonists' extra difficulties, there is enough replay value here should you wish to do so. If you're a fan of rogue-lite metroidvanias, or just starting to look into this genre, picking up Trinity Fusion would be a wise move. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.